Hello there and welcome. Today we are taking a full look at the Commander RD-6, RD of course standing for rotating drum, and then 6 being the 6 dart capacity that the Commander has. The Commander was released back in 2020. It was one of the 8 first Elite 2.0 blasters, but unlike the Shockwave that we just took a look at, I think this one is pretty cool. Included in the box is the Commander itself and 12 Elite darts. Now that we have this thing out of the box, let's take a better look at the Commander. First off, we do have this 6-round cylinder. It can be very easily rotated and darts can be put in, but it does not pop out like the Strong Arm or Maverick. It's more similar to the Disruptor. We have one lone sling mount right there. Down here you have this little claw, and what that'll do is if you have 2 Commanders, you can prime them both off that claw. The Strong Arm and the Disruptor both do this also. Super cool little hidden feature. This thing is super tactical. You have a barrel attachment point, a stock attachment point, a rail on the top, and 2 rails on the bottom. That means you can do stuff like this. This is of course the barrel from the Echo, the scope from the Eagle Point, and the stock from the AccuTrooper. Together they give the Commander a completely different profile. To prime the blaster, we pull the priming handle back and release, and then we can pull the trigger. Just like a Strong Arm or Disruptor, the blaster also has slam fire. So we're going to hold the trigger down and pull the slide back repeatedly. So far, I find the Commander super solid and very enjoyable to use, but let's go ahead and take it outside and see how it performs over the chronograph. Here we are outside with the Commander loaded up. I have the other 6 darts that are completely fresh. They have never been fired. 71, 83, 67, 68, 72, 75. So while that wasn't the most consistent thing ever, it definitely was getting some really spicy numbers. We got as high as the 80s. For an Elite style pistol, that is really solid performance. Now let's fire the remaining 6 downrange. So obviously Elite darts are not going to be the most consistent things, but some of those shots were going very far. I would say it's definitely getting the range claim of 90 feet. Despite the fact that the Commander is a Wave 1 Elite 2.0 blaster, I actually think it is really solid and overall a great blaster. Does it have its flaws? Yes, for sure. It is clipped and solvent welded like all the other Wave 1 Elite 2.0 blasters. And obviously that is not ideal. But I really enjoy the Commander. All the customization is awesome. This is the closest thing we're probably going to get to a modulus Strong Arm. The performance is also really solid. This thing actually does perform better than the Strong Arm. And the price point for this blaster is fantastic. This thing constantly sits under $10 US. I don't think you're gonna find any other pistol on the market for the price that does as much as the Commander. So overall, I think the Commander is a phenomenal value. I hope you've enjoyed my take on the Commander RD-6. What aspects about this thing do you like or dislike? I would love to hear all your thoughts on the Elite 2.0 Commander. Thank you very much for watching and happy nerfing.